So it seems to me that a lot of producers are trying to get easy placements by making loop and sample kits and just sending them out to producers who are already getting placements, which they see as kind of a shortcut, right? It's like a cheat code. It's a lot easier for me to just send a well-established producer a bunch of loops. They are already getting placements. I don't have to do the networking. I don't have to sit in the sessions. I just send them loops. They use them. They get them placed with a major artist, and then there's my placement. Easy. I wish it were that easy. What I want to talk about more than anything is this new type of fraud going around. Some producer tried to play me the other day with one of these sample kits, and it's a crazy story. Let me tell you about it. Let's be honest, you're not gonna find these videos anywhere else. Why? Because I make them. So it would really help me out if you subscribe. If you've already subscribed, what also really helps is if you like the video and leave a comment. It's hard in the era of clickbait videos on YouTube and negativity in the producer community, and I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. So out of nowhere, I get this email from a random producer. You know, the emails are always the same, compliment, then they ask for something. And this guy was sending me a sample kit that he created, I guess. And he wanted me to use them and, you know, let's get a placement. Okay, sure. And automatically I'm suspicious anytime I get an email like that, because how did you get my email address? We don't know each other. So where is this conversation even coming from? I mean, when I get samples in my email from people I know, I get excited. Like if I get an email from Dream Life or Dope Boys or G Coop, I get excited because I've known them for years. They make amazing samples. I trust them. I know what their terms are. I worked with them in the past. But if you just scrape my email off of some random tweet, just so you could send me loops that I didn't ask for, that's already a red flag. And for a lot of producers, I think that's just an easy way for them to try to get a placement off of me. But the joke's on them if you're trying to get a placement off of me, because I've never gotten an easy placement in my life. Now I make samples. I have a whole group of musicians that I work with called the Vintage Vandals, and we compose music for producers to sample. I sample our stuff all the time. So I'll compose a sample with Dream Life, Stack Trace, and Memory, and then I'll just sample it because that's what I love doing. And you know, that group of the people I named that are in that group, there are multi-platinum producers. There's a guitarist with 15 years experience. There's someone with a 4-year degree who studied music. And then there's me. And we've fortunately been able to compose records that were sampled by artists from Wiz Khalifa to Bun B, Westside Gun, Conway, and most recently Russ on Russ's last album. And shout out to Static Selector for the first couple artists that I named. So I say that to say this, I've been digging for samples my whole career, and I've been sampling my incredibly talented peers for quite some time. So I'm used to pretty amazing sounding samples. I mean, I'm used to the lo-fi level, the G Coop level, the Dream Life level, the Dope Boys level, right? And so one, the relationship matters if you're sending me loops, but the quality also matters. So a lot of the stuff I get sent by random producers are just, you know, single finger melodies that I probably could have played when I was a teenager. So I don't want that. And my advice to them would be, if you're making samples at this level, at the beginner level, just give them away for free to producers who are also up and coming and build with them. Put a license agreement in the zip file, just give the samples away. Who knows what could happen? You can grow with a producer. Maybe they'll get a placement. Who knows? At least you're relationship building and you're getting immediate feedback from people in the producer community. That being said, there's another really big reason why I don't trust these people who are just randomly sending me samples and loops. And this is why. So this guy sends me this box folder full of samples. And then also, you know, let me know what you think. Let's get that placement. So English isn't his first language. I'm not gonna clown him for that. Okay, cool. He thinks he can get a placement off of me by just sending me these loops. Most of them weren't very good. I don't know where they get my email address from, but it's always, hey bro, let's get some placements. Here are samples. It's like, dude, I make samples and I get placements, and it's really difficult, but I do them with the people that I care about and that I've been working with forever, not some random stranger. Here is why. Aside from the whole I don't know you factor, aside from the whole I don't owe you a damn thing factor, this is a reason why I don't do that. So I'm listening through the samples just cause, and I happen on this sample, Japanese Trap, 122 beats per minute. I'm like, wow, that sounds familiar. that sounds really familiar. Have I worked with this guy, La Selva, before? Have I worked with this guy before? Because this is uncanny. So I start digging, and I knew something was up. So let me just jump right into it. All right, I'm gonna download his sample. I was working on a beat here, but let me just put that on hold. There was this super dope sample pack that the Big Brother Illmind released years ago. You can get it right now on blapkits.com. Great kit. One of the samples is called Bruce Leroy. Let me play it for you. Sounds kind of similar, right? Let's bring this dude's sample in that he emailed me called Japanese Trap. Right? Similar in tempo, right? This one's 122. The Illmind one is 123. Let's hear the guy. Let's hear Japanese Trap versus Bruce Leroy. Oh, well, they're in different keys, right? Let's take Bruce Leroy and start pitching it down. Getting warmer. Are we there? Yeah. Look at that. Original. This bitch ass dude that emailed me. So his little hoe ass is really sending me samples from someone in the industry, Illmind too, of all people, not some obscure little producer. I mean, if you're gonna jack somebody's samples, Illmind, really? Like, Illmind is the guy. I'll put it this way: without a conversation with Illmind, I wouldn't even be releasing sample libraries today. I don't think. I definitely would have never released my first 2 volumes of a drum kit. Volume 3 coming soon. Yeah, that's someone that I respect. That's someone that I consider a friend in this business, and that's somebody that is a producer with a hell of a brand and a hell of a legacy. And you rob him and send a bunch of stolen samples, because if this one is stolen, right, you can bet all these other ones are unoriginal too. I mean, if he's gonna do something as egregious as take a sample from an Illmind library and pass it off as his own, I should film me cussing his little stupid ass out, but I'm not going to. I might just ignore it. Regardless, I don't trust any of these damn samples, and anybody that sends me a sample pack could be doing this. And this one was easy. This is just because I have a good memory. Don't do drugs, guys. Trust me, having this memory is a blessing and a curse. Sometimes I want to start drinking. I'm not going to, but there's some things in my life I want to forget. Because this is trash. This is very, very trash. This is Dairy Queen alleyway trash with gasoline and a match on it. So that's what happened to me a couple days ago. I recorded it right as it happened. Notice that the guy just basically asked me to get him a placement in exchange for sending me samples that I didn't ask for. He also didn't include any kind of terms in his email, which is also a big red flag, because let's say I was dumb enough to use his samples, and let's say I got a placement with that sample, right? Suddenly he's asking me for half of the composer share, maybe. I have no idea. And then on top of it, Illmind's coming for his piece, and he's putting the pressure on both of us because it was his sample to begin with. This other guy didn't do a damn thing, and now he wants 30%. So how the hell is that gonna work? And that was a whole waste of a placement and a really ugly situation that is gonna destroy this goofball's career before it even starts, and it's also gonna hurt my reputation because I look like a fraud because I'm associating with this fraud over here who's doing fraudulent stuff. It's just an ugly situation. So if you're thinking about jumping into this world of loop creation, or whatever you want to call it, it's not a fast track to placements and money and fame. It's like anything else in the business. And if you're getting emails like this and you're a producer, be safe, be critical. Don't just trust anybody. And this is why relationships matter in the business, because a long-term relationship equals long-term trust. Keep that in mind while you're out there. Be safe, be successful. Peace.